The Crystal Feather, and the Silent Forest. Once upon a time, in the heart of the Emerald Kingdom, there lived a young girl named Elira. She was no ordinary girl. She could speak to animals. This secret she kept closely guarded, for the world beyond her village feared what they did not understand. Elira lived on the edge of the Silent Forest, a vast, mysterious woodland that no one dared enter. Legends told of strange creatures and whispered voices that could lure even the bravest into eternal sleep. But to Elira, the forest was not frightening. It was her sanctuary. The birds told her stories, the deer bowed in greeting, and even the old owl spoke to her in riddles. One misty morning, as she gathered herbs near the forest's edge, a tiny golden bird fluttered down from the sky. Its wing was bent awkwardly, and its feathers shimmered like polished crystal. "You're hurt," Elira whispered, gently cradling it in her hands. The bird looked into her eyes and spoke, not in chirps or songs, but in clear words. "Elira, child of the wind, I am the last skylight, guardian of balance between the realms. My kind has vanished, and now the barrier between your world and the Shadow Veil grows thin." Elira's heart pounded. She had heard of the Shadow Veil in bedtime tales, an evil realm where all forgotten things and banished spirits lived. "The crystal feather," the skylight said, "must be returned to the tree of light before the next moonrise. Only a heart pure and brave can carry it. Will you help me?" Elira nodded, unsure of what lay ahead, but certain that she could not turn away. From beneath its wing, the skylight revealed a single feather, long, luminous, and almost humming with power. As Elira touched it, the forest around her changed. The trees shimmered silver, the ground pulsed with warmth, and ancient symbols lit her path. Thus began her journey into the silent forest. Elira moved deeper than she ever had before. The forest grew stranger with each step. Vines whispered her name, stones shifted beneath her feet, and shadows watched from behind glowing mushrooms. But she was not afraid. With the crystal feather tucked safely into her satchel, she trusted in the skylight's magic to protect her. Soon she reached the murmuring river, where the water spoke in long, sorrowful tones. "Elira," it sighed, "why do you come, child of breath and bone?" She stepped carefully onto a smooth stone. "I carry the crystal feather. I seek the tree of light." The river shimmered. "To cross me, you must leave behind a truth you fear." Elira hesitated. A truth she feared? With a trembling voice, she said, "I fear I will never belong among people, that even if I save the world, I'll always be alone." The river went silent. Then its waters parted, forming a narrow bridge of floating lotus petals. Elira crossed, heart heavier, but path clearer. Beyond the river stood the hollow hill, where the roots of the tree of light were said to begin. As she climbed, a cold wind howled. Suddenly a tall figure blocked her path. It wore armor of shadow, and its eyes glowed like dying stars. "I am the Watcher," it growled. "You carry power not meant for mortals." Elira held up the crystal feather. "This is not for power. It is for balance." The Watcher sneered. "Then prove it." With a wave of its hand, Elira's surroundings dissolved. She stood in her village square, surrounded by people pointing and laughing. "Witch!" they cried. "Animal speaker! Cursed girl!" Tears filled her eyes. She turned and saw herself standing quietly among them, not saying a word. The vision. Her looked away, ashamed and small. Elira clenched her fists. "That is not me anymore." She stepped forward and embraced her illusion, whispering, "You are worthy. You are not broken." With a flash of light, the vision disappeared. The Watcher bowed silently and stepped aside. At last, Elira stood before the tree of light. It was the tallest tree she had ever seen. Its leaves shimmered with every color of dawn, and its roots hummed with the energy of life itself. She placed the crystal feather at its base. Instantly, the feather melted into the bark, sending waves of golden light through the tree's veins. The sky turned brilliant blue, and a song rose from the earth, a song of healing, of unity. From the branches, the spirits of the lost skylights descended, surrounding Elira in light. The tiny golden bird, now healed, perched on her shoulder. "You have restored the balance," it said gently. "But more than that, you have awakened something deeper." "What do you mean?" Elira asked. "You've proven that love and truth are more powerful than fear, and that is the greatest magic of all." When Elira returned to her village, she was not the same. She no longer walked with lowered eyes or hid her gift. At first the people whispered, but soon they saw the way animals gathered around her, how crops grew fuller, how the forest itself seemed to hum with peace. One day, a child approached her. "Can you teach me to speak to birds?" Elira smiled. "The first step is to listen." And so, the girl who had once feared being different became a bridge between worlds, between people and nature, between fear and courage, between silence and song. Moral of the story: true courage is not the absence of fear, but the strength to face it with kindness. When you embrace who you truly are, you become a light that helps others find their way.